Good afternoon. My name is Scott Rudler, Chief Strategic Officer at T3Live.com. Welcome to today's recap and look ahead.
观众朋友们，大家好，感谢您收看本期直击美股，我是主持人周丽，在纽约向您问好。今天是4月5日，星期三，今日美股整体高开但低收。在经济数据方面 ，ADP 发布数据显示，3月份美国私营企业就业人数一共增长26.3万人。明天，中国国家主席习近平将对美国进行为期2天的国事访问。特朗普曾经宣称，国事访问将会进行得非常艰难。就上周五结束第一季度而言，标普500整体上涨5.5%，创下了自2015年以来的新高。道指整体上涨4.6%，纳指整体上涨9.8%。过去一段时间，投资者对于特朗普交易的信心是促成股市上涨的重要因素之一。但第二季度能否延续第一季度的涨幅，主要原因还在于特朗普交易的推进以及经济数据的公布。纵观全球，今日亚洲股市整体高收，欧洲股市整体持平。更多的详细资讯，请关注今天的交易员访谈。Hi Scott, the market closed lower today. What are your expectations about the market?
Well, whenever you see a market go so strong and push through a key level and fail, that's an unhealthy sign.
Yeah.
Actually, today, it really unraveled. The market pushed through the descending trend line we were talking about in the morning call, squeezed some shorts, made people feel comfortable. Then the Fed said it's quite high, and boom, you had a big sell-off. So hopefully, you've learned what to do when you get a red dog reversal sell signal, or when we go above a momentum level and fail, and how to navigate. Because I was actually in meetings, and I'm coming back from Fox Business, and thank goodness those in the VTF saw positions start declining and being stopped out, because I had stops in, which I always do when I leave midday, so I wasn't there for the minutes. You go to the chart of the S&P cash, this is what I'm talking about. Right here, the market tried to push through the descending trend line. If it was healthy, it would stay above it and hold above it. So what did it do? It pushed above it and failed. So you could have used 2370 as a stop, pushed above 2370. If it would have stayed above it and went as high as 2378, you could have added to longs. Maybe we had momentum. No. You could have said, okay, that's one sell signal. And then all of a sudden, came back below 20, what was that? This is 2360. So you said, I'm going to give it 10 handles because it's very choppy. Boom. And now all of a sudden you have a topping tail, and now you could draw a whole nother line here where this wedge just got bigger. The first momentum trend that broke was here. Okay, remember that? That was your first time it broke below 2370. Came to the 50-day, came back up, tried to push through and failed. So I would say this is a day to take notice, a day to get rid of loose longs you don't like. And then there are probably a lot of traders out there that got short, thinking this topping tail could lead into a broader move lower. Next thing we'll see is how we handle the 50-day possibly tomorrow.
Financials and small caps are showing some weakness right now. So what are you paying attention to right now? How can we trade safely?
Well, I bought the financials like a week ago and sold Bank of America until like 24, and I've been avoiding them because I've thought that maybe they're faulty and that maybe there was just a bounce back, that they started to weaken. And if you look here at the, let's use BAC as a for instance. Okay, first of all, here was when the accelerated trend broke, came into support, rallied back into resistance, and it failed there. So it went from up to red, back below this spot. You could have shorted here, or you could have got flat there, or you could have got a flat at 2351. This was yesterday's high, and not stuck in it. And now you'll see what happens tomorrow. Does it hold this 2380 or 2308? Sorry, 2308. But this big candlestick engulfed this entire area that could lead to a move back lower. So the financials might be forming this head and shoulders top pattern that I talked about on Fast Money. Said, hey, good for a trade, okay, down in the hole, but not out of the woods. Maybe that's what it is. So we'll see. The small caps also had an engulfing day. What do I mean by an engulfing day? Well, first of all, here is where it pushed through this and failed. Then, pushed above yesterday's high, which was, 135.9. What was it? 136.55. Couldn't hold it. So if you bought it to be above that, you got out. And then not only did it get back below yesterday's high, it went through yesterday's low, which engulfed this entire thing. So now we'll see if this starts to lead to lower prices. And we also here talked about the potential of some kind of head and shoulders top-ish pattern. So at this point, the small caps and the financials that led the market when Trump was elected, started to falter first. They just had their bounce, and now they're trying to tell us that that might have just been a bounce, and we'll see if real weakness persists.
Yeah, we'll see what will happen, like in next few days.
Yes, but this is the time to reduce.
Yeah.
So if you're active in your short term, day to get out of some stuff and wait and see.
Yeah, definitely. The third question for today: oil's rally lost steam after unexpected U.S. inventories rose, and inventories are just like the chain around neck of the market.
Right.
So how do you think about that?
Well, I bought the XLE yesterday, okay, thinking that if the market's going to be strong and we're going to break that descending trend line, that perhaps oil would act better and the energy names that have been a laggard sector could play along. And today, I actually, towards the end of the day, got stopped out. Why did I get stopped out? Because, first of all, here's your descending trend line. What did it do? It broke above it, did not hold it. If it would have broke above it and stayed above it, maybe show you, something new. So have a good, a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow morning.
感谢您收看本期直击美股，我是主持人朱莉，祝您交易顺利，我们下节目再见。